Welcome to the Bendendo Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Do these players live under a rock? Details are emerging from yesterday's closed-door meeting between the owners, the Labor Relations Committee, and the Players Association. Who was there, who wasn't there? But we also find out that the players were going into that meeting expecting the owners to lay out a new proposal. And that goes to my first sentence. Do the players live under a rock? Haven't they seen the news? Haven't you checked the tabloids? The owners looked at this most recent proposal you guys put forth and they laughed at it. They thought it was a joke. They thought it wasn't worthy of responding. They were expecting you to come with something serious next time. But the players were expecting the owners to have a counterproposal ready, and it hurt Nneke Ogwumike's feelings. Oh, boo-hoo. Let's get right into it. Please like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. The WNBA and Players Association met for roughly 3 hours at the league offices in New York City on Monday. The WNBA showed up without a proposal, shocking to nobody other than the Players Union. Nobody was surprised the owners came without a proposal, but the players were somehow surprised. Do you guys live under a rock? Do you only read what you want to read? That kind of set the tone for the conversation because we were hoping to hear otherwise, Nneke Ogwumike told me. Before we get into the article, these players are getting absolutely fried. Dumbest group to ever lead a negotiation, honestly. Whomever is advising or filling their head with images of grandeur should be fired. There's a winning and life-changing money on the table, and these dumbasses want to walk away from the table. Pure greed. Just call it over. These women are so insufferable and delusional, it wouldn't have mattered if they had a proposal. They thought that the engineered unrivaled spectacle was going to give them leverage. Surprise! You have no leverage. I mean, after the news that the league didn't feel like the PA gave them a response because they just resubmitted the first offer, I don't understand why the players were expecting the league would come with a proposal. Me neither. They made 3 proposals already. Straight sabotage. Owners move on and get the replacement players. You have CC. The WNBA will thrive without these goons of leaders. And we've said that over here numerous times. Call up Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, we're going to move on without everybody. If they don't want to join the party, they don't need to join the party. If they don't want to get on the bus, they can stay at the bus stop. We're going to keep this train rolling with you. If you want to make some calls, reach out to Sophie. Sophie, you want to keep the train moving. You want to reach out to Sabrina? Sabrina, you want to keep the train moving? Let's keep it moving. You want to reach out to Asia? You want to keep the train moving? We keep it moving. But all these other loud mouths, if they don't want to hop on the bus and keep this thing going, well, then they're beat. Go woke, go broke. The W has already made good offers. Time to take them. I hate it here. Less than 1/3 of the league are covered by Unrivaled. Current Players Association executives also own/partner with other leagues, so it's not surprising that those players are okay with sitting out a season. Of course, the 2/3 plus majority aren't okay with a strike and having no money for a year. Speaking that these other players have leagues, question. You think if Nafisa Collier wasn't too wrapped up in Unrivaled, she would have missed yesterday's meeting? Shout out to Rudy. No, they wouldn't have. She wouldn't have. You think if Kelsey Plum was more focused on actually getting the WNBA moving forward, that she would have missed yesterday's meeting? All these people that take part in Unrivaled and went to this phone call via Zoom. Oh, the conflict of interest is glaring, folks. Glaring. Let's get into the article, shall we? WNBA offered no proposal at critical CBA meeting. The sides met in person for the first time in months Monday. The league still hasn't responded to a December proposal from the players. We are at February 3rd right now. Excuse me. Monday's pivotal meeting between WNBA players and owners at league offices in New York City lasted roughly 3 hours before attendees slowly started trickling out. It was the first time players met in person with the I'm sorry to laugh. I'm envisioning some of these players just doodling in a notebook. They're there just to be there. They probably aren't even invested, to be fair. They're there just to be there, just doodling in their notebooks, not listening to what the owners have to say because they've already made it up in their mind that they're going to get what they're owed. It was the first time players met in person with the league and members of ownership since the fall and roughly 6 weeks since the union's last proposal was sent. The WNBA did not counter the players' proposal at Monday's meeting. Instead, it was communicated to the union on Monday that the league would begin working on an official response to the proposal. We're going to start working on it now. After we get you guys in here, we hear you complain and whine and complain and whine and air your grievances and complain and whine some more. Fine. We'll work on it a little bit, I guess. I guess. Quote, they volunteered that they did not have a proposal prepared at the top of the meeting, Nneke Ogwumike told Front Office Sports. That kind of set the tone for the conversation because we were hoping to hear otherwise. If you were hoping to hear otherwise, you are fools. No, there's no nice way to put it. I'm sorry. If you were hoping to hear otherwise, what are you doing with your day? Seriously. Ogwumike said the 3-hour meeting was instead spent with both sides explaining the thinking behind their most recent proposals. Imagine listening to the players explain their thinking behind wanting 30% of revenue, gross revenue. Imagine that. The owners must be looking at each other like, these people are crazy. They really believe this. And the players are presenting their reasons so seriously, and the owners are like, oh, shit. The league's last proposal, submitted in early December, includes a max salary of $1.3 million and an average salary of more than $530,000. Those figures include projected earnings from the league's proposed revenue sharing model, which includes team and league revenue, but has a percentage subtracted. The union responded with a proposal seeking a salary cap of roughly $10.5 million and a revenue share model that gives players a percentage of total revenue before any deductions for expenses. Before the league pays expenses, they already want 30%. How crazy. Housing, retirement benefits, and professional standards, including facilities and team staffing requirements, are 3 of the union's highest priorities in addition to revenue sharing. I don't know how much I believe that. Unless they just want to have everything. Housing, we've already heard that the league's willing to give the housing to the players that A, can't afford it, or B, to the players that are on relief and 10-day contracts. That's fair. If the players don't like that, kick rocks, eat it. Retirement benefits. Everything we've read about retirement benefits, they want the old guard that never drew flies to a pile of you-know-what to get compensated for them never drawing flies to you-know. Wait, so the old players that never garnered interest or excitement around the league somehow aren't interesting. Okay. And professional standards, including facilities and team staffing requirements. Well, we're already seeing teams improve their facilities. We're already seeing teams increase their staff. So seems like the teams are already proactive in that matter. This is all about revenue sharing, folks. It's all about revenue sharing. Ogwumike was joined at the league office by three other players, Vice President Alicia Clark, Treasurer Brianna Turner, and Stephanie Dolson, who is a player rep for the Washington Mystics. Damn. Just the 4 of them. It's just the 4 of us. Like Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. All 4 of them walking into league offices. Joining the meeting via Zoom were Vice Presidents Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, and Brianna Stewart, as well as Secretary Elizabeth Williams, who dialed in from overseas while playing in Turkey. Plum and Collier were originally scheduled to attend the meeting in person, but were unable due to travel issues flying from Miami, where they are playing in Unrivaled. #conflict of interest. In total, the union had roughly 40 players join the meeting via Zoom, including those from the executive committee who were unable to attend in person. On the league side was Kathy Engelbert and members of the Relations Committee and other team owners. The committee is made up of 7 team owners and executives: Suzanne Albert, Atlanta Dream co-owner and CEO, Nadia Rawlson, Jennifer Rosati, Kelly Krauskopf, Greg Bibb, Matt Ishbia, and Ginny Gilder. Gilder and Rosati were there in person. Ishbia joined via Zoom. Claire and Wu Sai and storm owner Sue Bird also attended the meeting in person. Okay, so you got Gilder, Rosati in person, Clara Sai in person, Sue Bird in person. Earlier in the day, it was reported by ESPN that strong debate was occurring among members of the Players Association's 7-team executive committee. According to this report, one group believes now is the time to stand firm in a pursuit of a revamped revenue model. The other group, meanwhile, is, quote, less inclined to pursue a strike. Ogwumike and Clark denied any division between the union's executive committee. Oh, it slipped, didn't it? Oops, it slipped. It got out. Sorry. You can backtrack all you want. Sorry, got out already. And I'm going to say this. Everything that Alexa Filippo and Annie Costable have been reporting about these negotiations, other than ignoring the clear conflict of interest, it's been spot on. Let's give these ladies their credit here. It's been spot on with what they've been reporting. Oh, but this, oh, they got this wrong. No, wrong, incorrect you are. It slipped. Somebody let the cat out the bag, and now we got to walk some things. Okay. I don't think there's been fracturing, Alicia Clark told Front Office Sports. As the executive committee, the point of our job is to have these tough conversations behind closed doors with one another, to be able to hash through it all, because it's a lot. It's complicated. There are so many things that are on the table in this proposal, and us having discussions doesn't equate to fracturing. Oh, she might be on the let's take this deal side. She might be on the let's take this deal side. The union held a prep call on Monday morning at Players Association headquarters ahead of the meeting with the league that included over 40 players. Politician Stacey Abrams and AFL-CIO President Liz Schuler were on the call and ended it with a message of support for the WNBPA. Ogwumike and Clark expressed feeling a lack of urgency from the league side coming out of Monday's meeting after the WNBA failed to offer a counterproposal. These people are billionaires. Why should they be urgent? These people are billionaires with a B. Why should they have a sense of urgency? I don't understand. You guys are the ones that want the money. You guys are the ones that want the deal. You guys are the one that want them to acquiesce to these absurd demands. You guys should be urgent. You guys should be proactive. Why would a billionaire get out of bed to negotiate with Nneke Ogwumike? Let's be fair. They added that time could have been better spent considering players have not had an in-person meeting with the league since close to the WNBA finals. However, their stance on a strike has not changed. Quote, there are so many more conversations that have to happen before a strike can even be called, Clark said. After the meeting today, it's still on the table. Until we get a response from the league about proposals, there's nothing that we've been able to negotiate and go back and forth with to even warrant. Okay, what does a strike look like? It's on the table, as it has been since the strike authorization vote happened. I think Alicia Clark is on team, let's take the deal. I think Nneke Ogwumike is on team, let's strike. Shout out to Alicia Clark. Shout out to Alicia Clark. How ridiculous is all this? They need to grow up and learn how to negotiate without using players that don't make a ton of money as collateral damage. And you have the clueless ones. I love it. Let an rival do 5v5 if Kathy and her liar league friends can't be fair and pay them what they owe. Talking about they ain't yet recouped. With Asia in the league, I ain't dumb. If you say so. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.